Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video where we are going to talk about the worst releases of 2021. These are the products that I tried that were released in 2021 that were just not that good. Things I didn't like, things that were subpar quality, or collections that just could have been a lot better. So we are going to chat about that in this video, and if you haven't been there before, if this is your first video here, hello, my name is Angie. I'm such a lover of beauty makeup. I love everything beauty makeup related, and that's also why I sometimes become a little disappointed when things are just not as good as they should be, let's be honest. And if you want to see some more makeup content on your timeline, if you want to see some fun, colorful things like this thing on your timeline, definitely don't forget to subscribe because I upload, well, normally it's 5 videos a week, but right now I am uploading every day until Christmas. So I didn't film this look. This is literally me just putting one eyeshadow on my lid and calling it a day. I will try and remember the things that I have on my face, and if you are interested, and I'll leave that in the pinned comment because I think I will have my description box filled with things that I didn't like. I'll still link all of these things in case you're interested. I try to explain things that I don't like in a way so that you understand why I didn't like it, because sometimes it's preference. Not always is it because like it's bad quality. Sometimes it happens, makeup brands do release something that I honestly think is like subpar quality, at least according to what they usually release or what I've seen on the market. But a lot of times, things that I don't like them because they're not my preference. And when that is the case, I will make sure to describe why I don't like it so that you will understand if it might still be something for you, even though it's not something for me. I am gonna go in no particular order. I am just gonna talk about the things that I thought was worst last year. So this is gonna be no particular order. The first thing that's on the box here is gonna be the NYX Born to Glow Icy Highlighter Duo. I got this in High Key Flex and Flexpensive, which by the way are super cringy names. Let's not do that again. I thought we left those kind of names in 2018, yet here we are, end of 2021, and you're forcing me to say stuff like this. I have actually seen other people like this product, so it might be this color. Do you see that peachy side? It is so incredibly sparkly, chunky, and not like in a flattering like, oh my god, it's so sparkly, it's so pretty on your face. No, that's not what this is. This is straight up almost like silver glitter particles that are flaky. They look weird on your face. It looks like you had a makeup session with a Christmas ornament. It's not a cute look. I don't recommend this. This one is nice though, but if you were eyeing this, I would say look at them in store so that you can see if everyone is this texture, because you will see immediately when you look at this, you'll be like, that's not coming near my cheeks. And this is from a person who actually likes glittery highlighters, but that didn't look like a wet glittery highlighted cheek. That looked like craft glitter on a loose. Don't want that. Another highlighter, I know that people get upset when I say this, but I honestly don't think the Anastasia Ice Out highlighter was any good. I bought this like it's so sexy. I love this, like almost like rose almost like rose gold silver. It's not a straight up silver. There's something in this undertone of this packaging with the white and this like pale goldy white highlighter with this pattern. Ugh. Everything about this product is A+, except the actual product. I don't like this product. I think this is a very subpar highlighter. It looks dry and crusty on the cheeks. I think that you can get a lot of better highlighters than this for half the money. I don't think that that one was that exciting. I don't understand why this happened. The NYX Lingerie collection got replaced or reformulated this year for the NYX Lingerie XXL. The thing is that this is a worse formula according to me than what they had before. This formula feels old and dated. It dries down completely, but it dries down like super dry, and it just isn't a very flattering or comforting formula.
Comforting? Does the formula need to comfort me?
See, this is why English is not my first language. This is how you know. It's these little things. It's these little things, but it's not a comfortable.
There we go.
Am I saying this correctly? Either way, that's not what this is. And it's a shame because I'm like, I kind of like the old formula. It was still dried down, but it wasn't as thick as this one. So it just looked a little more natural on the lips. I don't know. This formula wasn't that well formulated. It just felt a little thick and dry and weird on the lips. Oh god. Can we talk about this? Is one of the worst products I don't understand what went through Milk's head when they were launching this primer under the Grip family. Because this is the Hydro Grip Eye Primer with absolutely no grip. This is like anti-grip. This is the Hydro Slip Eye Primer. That's what they should... I got it. You should... Listen, hire me in marketing. This is the Hydro Slip Primer. This is a very slippy, silicone primer. It will be so easy to blend upon this, but it is not going to grip onto your eyeshadows. It is not going to increase your pigment. It's actually going to make your eyeshadows look pretty, I don't know, weak. They say you can use it under your eyes as well. It does absolutely zero for me under my eyes, and I'm the kind of person that could benefit for some kind of, you know, first aid help under my eyes, but this product is just confusing. If you wanted to release a hydrating, slippy, easy to blend, effortless eye primer, do that, but don't call it a grip primer. Especially not when it's like anti-grip. Maybe that's what it's called. Is it called anti-grip? No, grip. There we go. I'm a little confused by this release. Glowish by Huda Beauty. They released 4 products this year. Is that true? I think 4 products. I've tried 3 of them. I actually did declutter the bronzer as well. Not because I didn't like it. I think the bronzer is okay. I don't think it's glowy enough to be called the glowy bronzer. I think it's matte with a slight satin finish if you do a really heavy swatch. That's the kind of finish I think it has. I don't think it's bad, but I decluttered it because I don't like it more than any of my other bronzers, if we're gonna be honest. These 2 products though, do you remember, was this 2016, 2017 when we had that full face of highlighter trend? Do you remember? I remember. Kind of wish I didn't, but I do remember. I even tried it myself. That's what this is. It is so glowy that it will just find and showcase pores you didn't even think you had. And I am team glowy pores, but this is like, it's one-upping me in the team glowy pores in a way that I don't like it. It is looking a little heavy on the skin while still looking very glowy in a very texture and pore emphasizing way. It's just weird. I don't like these at all. Like, I don't like them at all. I did last year and I really did like filming that. I'm gonna film that this year as well. I'm gonna do a full face of the worst makeup of 2021. So I'm gonna keep some of these things and I'm gonna film that. I'll have that up later this month, but probably one of these are gonna show. I'm all for glowy makeup, but this is shiny makeup. Like, shiny. So weird. I wanted to love this one so much. I had so high hopes for this one. This is the Feather Effect Brow Pen from Colourpop. This is the one with the so small little felt tip liner. Honestly, the idea of this one is amazing, but this one dries out 2/3 into a brow and you're still like left with the other one and you're like, what now? Do I need 2? Do I need 1 for my left brow and 1 for my right brow? Because asking for a friend. I don't understand. And honestly, I've used this like twice and it's already fraying. Like, I want to love this. I really do. If they had made this in a brush tip applicator, they would have probably killed the game. You are gonna see one of these kind of pens in the best of 2021, which is probably going to be tomorrow's video because, yeah, I do have a lot of really good products that were released this year to talk about. This just wasn't one of them. If you want to have a brow pen that's affordable, that can do little strokes in your hair, check out tomorrow's video because we'll talk about it then. Okay, I know some people really love these, but I'm not team cheek dew. First of all, I don't know if you can see here, but these separate so easy, and it is a squeezy tube, so I don't know how you're supposed to, like, can you, I don't know if you can like shake them together. Not really. They don't really, like, if you shake them, they don't, like, they're separated, they're weird, they lift your makeup, they look like you got a bit of a rash on your cheeks. There's something about the consistency and how opaque they look on the cheeks. There's something about it that it looks like the thing you're trying to cover up on your cheeks. It looks like you're trying to put that back on top of your makeup, and I'm not here for it. There, I summed it up for you. Not here for it. I also want to talk about this lip formula that Colourpop released. It is the Fresh Kiss Lip Creme. I have described these before as a escape room for your lips. They're literally trying to escape your face. They will try and go anywhere, into any nook and cranny, your cheeks, your man, your cereal, your dog, you'll find them everywhere. They are so unflattering. Like, they will look so good when you apply them. Like, these are literally made for like Instagram reels, because they are gonna look good for the 30 seconds and then they're done. Then they're trying to escape. They're on to their next adventure. To infinity and beyond. Like, these are not made to last. You're not even gonna get out the door in the morning with these still intact on your lips. They are a very very interesting formula that I honestly don't know who approved this, because it cannot be anyone above the age of 21, because it found like wrinkles around my lips that I just did not want to know about. This one, it's not necessarily a bad product. It's just, this is the NYX filler targeted stick. This is like a silicone-y, you're supposed to like fill in your pores and then go over with foundation. It's supposed to be like a, like a putty primer in the stick. I thought that this was going to be amazing just to really like paint on, because I only have pores here. I thought this was going to be so good. The problem is that this doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything bad either. It literally does nothing. This is the Emperor's New Clothes in a stick. Like, you're paying for a step that you just didn't happen. It doesn't do anything. But I mean, on the plus side, it doesn't like break down your foundation either, or like make the longevity a bit shorter. But like, what, it just another step that I did not need. There's a couple things here that I have talked about before, because I did do the worst of 2021 so far. So I'm just gonna quickly mention them just to like show you that I did review these during this year and I didn't like them. I wasn't a fan. This is the Maybelline 30-Hour Foundation and the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. These are made for full coverage foundation lovers that are absolutely free of texture, lines, or anything like that. They look like cake face on me. I didn't like them at all. If you're into very heavy full coverage makeup that is almost like visible, these are visible full coverage. Maybe it's for you. I didn't like it. It made me look older than I am. And listen, I'm about to turn 38. I don't need any help in that department. I'm doing fine on my own. I also didn't like this foundation. This is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation. This also looked incredibly heavy on my skin. Even if I just used a little, if I wanted it to cover anything, it looked heavy and it became glowy within like 5-6 hours, like glowy to the point where I looked like I had smeared myself with coconut oil. And I have a normal skin type. I don't get oily skin, I don't get dry skin, but this one really, I mean, they weren't kidding when they said radiant. But it was just never, it was slipping around my face. It went in absolutely every fine line I had. It made me look like a zebra. I wasn't a fan. Oh my god, I have this one here as well. Okay. Hear me out. I know a lot of people really love this product. This is the ABH Brow Freeze. I'm putting this here because I think that this is very overhyped. I don't think that this does what it says it's gonna do, which is a freeze. Brow freeze. It doesn't give that. When I hear freeze, I want crusty, will survive a nuclear war, end of the world situation. That's what I'm asking for when I hear freeze. This is more a brow, somewhat of a flexible hold. I hope you already have beautiful brows because it's not gonna help you transform them. Wax. That's what this is. And I don't hate that for you out there that just want to shape your brows a little bit and that are okay with them not being in that position the entire day. I thought this was going to be like a brow lamination kind of a thing, and it's not that, at least not for me. So for that reason, I don't think that this works the way that it's named, like a brow freeze. But I know a lot of people love it. It wasn't for me, because for me, it didn't live up to that name. Let me put it like that. It's so dark behind me. It is 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Love that for me. I hated these. These were so hyped on TikTok. I swear these TikTok ladies are lying to me every day of the week. This is the Shine Loud, like, what are these? Are these called the Shine Loud? They're from NYX. You know, the ones that had the liquid color on one side that literally it dries down like glue. Like, imagine glue. Like, I'm not even kidding. It dries down like glue. You are not gonna get it out of your lips. Like, it's going nowhere. Makeup remover? No. You're gonna have to literally sandpaper it out of your lips. Like, that's the option that you are left with. And it's incredibly sticky unless you put this clear gloss on top. And the clear gloss is not gonna break down the color or anything. It's just gonna make it comfortable. The problem is that this clear gloss, it lasts you through a sentence. So you're gonna have to reapply this again and again and again and again. Otherwise, your lips are gonna literally glue back together because it is so sticky in a way that you're gonna be catching bugs with this one. Sweetie, don't go out with this one in the summertime without this gloss. Well, they're gonna stick in the gloss. It's just an impossible lip product. Who said this was a good idea? Oh, you don't have to reapply a lip color, but you're still here putting your gloss on in between every sentence. Otherwise, you're sticking to things. No. Oh my god, I found these here as well. I did not like any of these concealers. This is the Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape Concealer, and this is the Sephora. I love that this is called Best Skin Ever. You did not live up to that hype, sweetie. I thought both of these were horrible. They looked like porridge under my eyes. They creased, they looked heavy. Even if I set them down with a lot of powder, they would still crease. If I set them down with no powder, they would still almost like just almost separate. They just looked so bad and textured and horrible under my eyes. And I do have some fine lines, but there are so many concealers that actually look really good under my eyes. These were not it. They were heavy and creasy and horrible, and I really did not like them. And I am gonna have to use one of them again for that video, right? Oh, it's like Russian roulette. Here are two lip products that were released this year that I didn't like either of them. These are not like, oh my god, this is the worst thing ever. These are not like that NYX product. That's not what these are. But I honestly don't think that these are that good. Am I gonna keep these? I don't know. I might keep this Charlotte Tilbury for reference. This is the, I think it's the Hyaluronic Happy Kiss in Pillow Talk. I've seen a lot of people really like this. I think that these, they are so soft, so that when you apply these, you get a lot of product on your lips. It becomes a little bit thick on your lips, and they're almost a little bit sticky, even though it's a lipstick. It is very glossy. It looks good. Like, it looks good. It just doesn't feel that good. It feels a little bit goopy. It feels a little bit sticky. I wasn't very impressed with this one, but Charlotte Tilbury has another sheer lipstick formula that is like in a thin golden tube. Those are beautiful. I recommend those over this one. This is the Glossier, what were these called? Wait, I don't have my glasses on. This is the oh my god, that's small. Hydrating, Shine, and Color. Listen, I don't know. It's the new lipstick from Glossier that came out. This one is in Cachet. This is a patchy lip color. It goes on unevenly, and even if you try to like go over it and like smooth it out, it's still like it moves the color around and it makes it look a little patchy and weird. There's something about the formulation of this one that just, it bunches up and it just looks weird. It's not that you can't make it work, but it's like, why would you choose this or this over so many other good lip formulas when these are just a little finicky and not perfect? I don't think that any of these were good releases. Oh, there are plenty of eyeshadow sticks here. Apparently I wasn't a fan. This is from About Face. About Face launched in the beginning of this year. I wasn't overly impressed with like a lot of things from the brand. Some things I thought were pretty okay, but the About Face shadow sticks, I have mine in acidic. This wasn't good. It wasn't good on its own. It wasn't good layered upon things, and it also wasn't really good as a primer, like to layer other things on. It just wasn't really good. It was patchy even when you try to blend it out, either with your finger or with a brush, or if you just try to go over again with this one. It was the same thing as that Glossier lipstick. It just bunched up a bit, it moved around, it didn't really look appealing on the eyes. I didn't think that this was a really good product, if I'm gonna be honest. And I don't like the Colourpop sticks either. I think these are called like, what are these called? Color sticks? I don't remember the name of these. But these are the like eyeshadow sticks. These in particular are from the, oh my god, has this been leaking? It's all oily. Oh my, okay. That was all sticky. That's like...
That's what she said.
But this is from the Colourpop and Powerpuff Girls collection, and I really like the eyeshadow palette in that collection. It was a really, really good one. These sticks though, these weren't that good, and I tried another one of them. I tried a matte one as well. Where's that one? Have I thrown that one away? I might have. They're not that good. They're honestly not that good. And there are eyeshadow sticks out there that are really good. They're easy to work with. You can blend them with your finger. You can blend them with a brush. You can use them as an, like a waterline color, or you can use them as an eyeshadow. You can blend them into the crease, or you can use them as a base to like make other colors pop. The Kiko Milano eyeshadow sticks come to mind. I have a couple of those. They are great quality at an affordable price. I guess these were hoping to be that, but they're just not. But the Kiko Milano ones show that you don't have to go to luxury brands to get really good, like good quality eyeshadow sticks. I really recommend them if you are looking for something like that. The ones from Colourpop just wasn't that. I wasn't that impressed. Oh, there's only a couple of things left. Look at me. I didn't like this one. This is from Vive. This is the Skin Dew. I don't like this one. The thing with this one, it looks beautiful. And I think this is the one, I think I'm gonna give this one another chance in the like full face of makeup I didn't like in 2021. Because I have tried to give this one some tries. This one is nice when you blend it out with stuff. But as a highlighter, the biggest problem with this one, and I know some people will like this one, and this is why I'm describing it like this. This doesn't dry down. For me, this is sticky. My hair sticks to it. I just feel like it becomes this sticky makeup that just doesn't dry down. I love cream products that either dry down, or if they don't dry down, I need them to have that feeling so they're creamy but not sticky, and this is sticky according to me. But there are people out there that when they hear like a cream product that doesn't dry down, that makes their ears perk up because it's something that they like. Maybe have very dry skin. The finish of this one is beautiful. It is blinding. It is a fairly universal color. I mean, if you are very deep or if you are very fair, you might not be able to use it on its own, but it is a pretty transparent base with a pretty like neutral, slightly warm leaning champagne color that's not too light. And I do think that it's a good formula, but not with the stickiness. Like how it looks, but not how it feels. Not how it feels. I'm gonna quickly mention this one. I have talked about this before, and this is the Colourpop. Ooh, this is the Colourpop and the Animal Crossing collection. I got sent this as PR. I did a video where I used the green one and the purple one, and I have used the brown and the pink since, and they're okay. But here's the thing, these are not as good as some of the other Colourpop formulas they have done throughout the year. And oh, is that a plastic? Bye-bye. And this purple is one of the worst purples I've ever tried. It just didn't even build on itself. It went patchy even on a sticky base. I didn't think that was good at all. I didn't think it built that good. And I think for me, also every one of these had a pressed glitter, and having a pressed glitter in a quad, that's pretty ballsy. That's pretty ballsy. That's a way to keep the cost down, of course, because I mean, this is probably a very expensive franchise to purchase, I'll be honest. But here's the thing, if you are gonna do a collab with something that's as popular as Animal Crossing, it makes me sad to see the quality not be as good as it is with Colourpop otherwise, because Colourpop has had some really awesome, amazing eyeshadow palettes and eyeshadow quads in this year, like some really good ones. This just wasn't it. I didn't like that there was a glitter in one of them, and the eyeshadow quality isn't as good in this one as it was in the other things. I have a couple of things here. I quickly want to mention this. Wait, I have the palette here as well. Oop. This is the BH Cosmetics and the Doja Cat collection. I don't even know where all the thing is. I tried some of the lip products as well. I feel the same about this as I feel about the Colourpop and Animal Crossing. These are, I mean, they're okay, but they are not nearly, this is the loose highlighter, the packaging is very, very flimsy, the highlighter is honestly not that pretty. The eyeliners, they're okay, but they're honestly not that good. It is a brush tip liner, but it's still not very opaque or easy to work with. The felt tip, there is one, is a white one. The white felt tip liner from Colourpop is so much better than this one, like so much better. So if you're looking for affordable white liner to just do some like detailed work with, I would recommend the Colourpop one over this one. And there were some lippy products. The packaging of those were also extremely cheapy feeling. And then this palette, the packaging is it's nice. It's like the normal BH Cosmetics quality when it comes to the packaging, but not when it comes to the quality. And it's the same with this as I feel with the Animal Crossing. If you're gonna do a collab, just do it properly. I understand that it's expensive to pay a celebrity, or it's expensive to pay for a franchise like the Animal Crossing or whatever franchise you are doing, but brands are doing collabs like this to market to people that might not normally buy from their brand. And if I had never tried BH Cosmetics before, and this is the palette that I tried because I'm a big Doja Cat fan, I don't think I'd be that excited to try more things from BH Cosmetics. I'd be like, okay, I mean, some of these are great, some are fairly mediocre. It's just, I'm disappointed because BH Cosmetics does have one of the best, I'm not even kidding, one of the best eyeshadow like formulas that I know. Their eyeshadows are so good. Pigmented, buildable, very saturated, and just beautiful formulas. This just wasn't that. I didn't dislike the looks I did with this. I did 2 looks with this palette. I didn't dislike it, but like, it wasn't as good as they normally are, and I really feel disappointed that they are skipping with the quality when they're doing a collab with a celebrity. Oh my god, it is literally pitch black now. 20 minutes later and it's like, bye bye sun. Let me talk about this last thing. I'm quickly gonna mention this. This is the Urban Decay Naked Cyber palette. This is more a opportunity missed than it is like an awful product. This isn't an awful product, but it's definitely not worth the price that it was released for. It was like $50-$60 or something. It was not worth that. This is a palette with 2 or 3 good mattes and a bunch of fairly mediocre duochromes. The duochromes are so weak that I just... The idea of a cyber palette that's like somewhat Y2K inspired with duochromes and some mattes, the idea is incredible. It could have been so good, and when people started hearing about a palette filled with duochromes, they got their hopes up. And I don't know why they got their hopes up, because it's Urban Decay. They don't do exciting shimmer shadows. Urban Decay needs to just go back to the drawing board and update their shimmer formula. Their shimmer formula is back, like they left that back in 2015, and it needs to come back to present time. This is old and dusty. I know some people are gonna look at this and be like, this is exactly what I want. I don't want boom, bang. I want something more subtle, and I understand that. But it's not where the excitement lies in new products right now. Because this is fairly mundane, it's fairly not mediocre, but just not that exciting. And what does make me a little sad about this is that the packaging, the ID, everything about this is so well thought out, just not the execution of the shadows. I just think that these are an old formula that if anyone has tried any kind of updated formula, they will not be impressed with this. If you are a avid Urban Decay fan and you think that Urban Decay can do no wrong, you like the subdued shimmers, you like the barely there effects, you'd probably like this. But if you have tried anything else than Urban Decay the past like 5 years, you're gonna be like me when you try this, pretty unimpressed. I did buy this myself. If you want to see some swatches, all of these things are in videos. You're gonna be able to find all of these in videos on my channel. I think I'm gonna declutter most of them. I am gonna film a video trying like some of these things again. Maybe I'll give the Naked Cyber one more try. And I'm not 100% sure, but I will be doing a full face, giving some of these another chance on my channel. What was the worst products that you tried in 2021? I would love to hear about it. Maybe it's one of my faves, and that's perfectly fine, because when it comes to makeup, sometimes we can be like, this is a bad formula, but mostly it's all about preference. like, I don't like when it feels like this, or I don't like when it looks like this, or it's like your skin type, or it can be like the climate that you're living in. It can be so many different things. So don't feel offended if I dislike something that you love. It's perfectly fine. You probably hate something that I love, and I am okay with that. Don't forget to subscribe though, because I'm gonna have a video tomorrow talking about the best things of 2021. And listen, I have so many goodies to talk about. Super excited. And I will see you then in that video. Bye!